Today's video is going to be all about career path. What's up, everybody? My name is Kat, and I am the owner of Superior Medical Consulting, where we provide superior medical billing solutions for your private practice. If you are in the market for a medical biller or if you need some consultation, please visit my website at superiormedicalconsulting.com and schedule your free consultation today. So, this is for my coders and for my billers and anyone that is behind the scenes in the on the business side of medicine. And specifically, like I said, my coders and my billers, maybe my educators and my auditors, but anybody that's working in the revenue cycle may benefit from some of this knowledge. So I thought about doing this video due to a exchange that I was having on LinkedIn with a new coder. She had posed a question out there like, hey, those of you that have been coding for a while, how do you, come up with the career path that you're interested in the long term? She's like, she just got into coding and she doesn't really know where she wants to take this credential, and she has so many options. And she just kind of was curious about what others did to find their career path. And so I thought that was to be a good, a dope video to make. And, maybe I could share how I kind of mapped out my career path, even though I'm not nowhere near the end of my career path. But I've always done this. When I decided to go into coding to get my credentials, I had the end in mind already. And that may be something that is you hear over and over again, especially when you're, career focused, wealth building, legacy, you're building your legacy. You always are told or is advised that, you know where you want to end up. So keep the end in mind and, you will figure out the path along the way. And pretty much how I approach anything that's kind of worth like going after in life. It's like I view what I want the outcome to be, and then I figure out the steps backwards that I need to take to get to this end point. So my ultimate goal is to be an educator. I really want to educate and consult in a big capacity. Like I want to, kind of freelance, be a freelancer. I want to extend my knowledge to any health system that would love to, pick my brain. Any private practice provider that would love to pick my brain, and even any kind of law or legislative entity that wants to pick my brain. I feel like I fall more on quality and data than anything. But it's like a in between revenue cycle management and quality and data. Like I kind of like fall, I guess, in this little area of that, and with some compliance and some, privacy and stuff like that. But a really great tool that you can use that I've always used is the AHIMA career map. So if you just Google AHIMA, that's AHIMA career map, it should take you right there. Otherwise, you just go, I'll leave a link in the description to so that you can get access straight through there. You don't have to log in, you don't have to be a member to view their career map, but they have some really dope career paths that you can take and kind of map out for you. Back in the day when I first was looking at this, it was kind of like a web of things. You can kind of pick something like I'm a coder and it'll take you to, well, coders, you have all these options that you can do the next steps. Or if you are a biller, you choose biller and they tell you you have all these options that you can do if you take this path and do this and get this education, this certification. Now it's a little bit different. Like you basically can hover over something that you're interested in. And maybe I'll put a screenshot somewhere on the screen, or, I'll take a screen recording of my screen and I will show you the different areas in the revenue cycle that you can, obtain like a career path for. So let's say, for example, you have a desire to be, let's say the director of the revenue cycle. You want to be the big dog in the company. You want to direct the revenue cycle and all that. So on this AHIMA map, you can click on Director of Revenue Cycle, and then it'll give you like a little blurb, and the blurb will give you a description of what that entails. Typically, it will give you your responsibilities, your core responsibilities. It will also outline any skills that you should acquire, and it will give you like a education and training that's recommended and a typical work experience that's recommended. So at least you would know what you need to be working on in order to go down that career path. So keeping with this director, revenue cycle management director, if I wanted to pursue an interest in that career path, according to AHIMA, they require that I have my bachelor's degree. It's preferred that you have your master's degree. The work experience is about 7 to 10 years, with a minimum of 5 years at least in leadership, some type of leadership role. With AHIMA, they prefer that you have your RHIA, and you have to understand like government rules, CMS policies, ambulatory payments. You have to have experience in C-suite or large physician organizations. You need to have experience in like account management, charge management systems. You have to understand quality measure, KPIs, things of that nature. You have to be able to, track reports and expenses, support all your other management team, monitor all of this activity, oversee all the processes and reportings. It tells you so much information here that you need to acquire knowledge in. I find this website helpful because it at least gives me a goal to achieve. It at least lets me know, oh, if I'm interested in a particular career path, even though it may not be exact, it's a great estimate, and it's a great way to know if you're headed in the right direction. Now, also on this career map, they have it's in a circle, so they have it broken down as like your entry level careers, your mid level careers, your advanced careers, and like you're the master, of it all. So it will help you to know like, okay, what part of my career am I in right now, according to AHIMA, and how like leadership views everyone. I would just say entry level is usually always the least years of experience, kind of getting your foot in the door. The least years of experience is needed, and maybe the least education is needed, maybe just like a certificate or a high school diploma or something like that. When you get into your mid levels, that means you may have to have some kind of acquired specialized skill, maybe a specialized certificate, something of that nature. When you get into advanced, it may require more education, more certificates, more experience, more years of experience, some sort of leadership role, so on and so forth. Then it just keeps building from there. So if we keep with our revenue cycle management director example, that is like one of the ultimate master, I guess, master roles. It's the head of the department. So naturally you would know that that will require more education, more experience, more workload, more exposure to different parts of the revenue cycle. You need to be in tune with like how large health systems work. So that's just something I thought was really, really helpful. This career map is just, it's so good to me. Like I just really, really utilized it, like I said, from the very beginning. When I first decided that I wanted to be a medical coder, I look for resources. Okay, where can I take this? After code, I'm always the type of person that if I feel like I want to start something, where do I want to end up? When back in the day when I thought I wanted to be a doctor, I knew that I wasn't going to be a doctor with like a master's level degree. Like I wanted to go into like my PhD. I wanted to be like the PhD therapist. I wanted to be, that type. I wanted to go all the way with my education. And if I could fell short of that, then I knew I wanted to specialize in something and just focus and hone in on that area, of the medical field and be the best because by way of experience and a way of knowledge and a way of exposure if I couldn't get the education. But since I didn't go into like the medical portion of medicine, I went into the business portion of medicine. When I learned about being a coder, my thought process was okay, where can I take this? And in my mind, working for myself was the ultimate goal for me. So, how can I work for myself? I can be a consultant. How can I consult? Okay, consultants, they lend their knowledge. They help guide. They help, create processes. They help to make sure that whoever their consultee is, that they are leading them into the right direction. They're uncovering, some kind of knowledge that maybe that, entity or person don't have access to or wasn't aware of. Give them a different way to think about things. And so that's what I thought about in my whole scheme of things. Like, yes, I want to be an educator. Yes, I wanted to, learn how to audit, medical records. All that falls under how I see myself as a consultant. I see myself understanding how to break down a medical record, understanding what's the proper compliance and what's the proper regulations and what's the proper, documentation, what's the proper payer rules, and all that falls under the umbrella of learning how to audit an account. And of course, I want to educate. I want to educate the employer. I want to educate the provider. I want to educate the coder. I want to educate the biller. I want to educate those that make laws on how, this affects, not only the facility, the doctor, but also the patients, everyone that's involved. So that's my tip on how you can create yourself a career path. I challenge you to go on AHIMA, check out their career map, and to try to create a little path for yourself. You may not follow it to the T. Keep in mind, it's just a guide. It's like an outline. Things are going to differ. Some facilities may require more or less from you, but at least if you know that you're hitting some of these core things that AHIMA suggests, you're on your way and you have the world of opportunities available to you, and you have a direction to go in. It's nothing is worse than just wandering aimlessly trying to figure your way out of something. We all need a goal, a destination, a target. We all need a target. The best way to achieve a goal is to have a target, and your career path should not be any different. Have a target in mind and then take the steps backwards in order to, get to this target and chip away at each of the steps. Once you figure out your path, go back to the beginning and just start knocking out those goals until you end up from A to Z. So that's my spiel today. And I want to thank you for watching. And, check out some of my other videos on my channel. I'm not sure what you're into. If you're into just coding, I have some coding stuff. If you're into billing, I have some billing stuff. And if you have any suggestions for any videos, leave them in the comments below. You have any questions, I will try my best to answer those questions, or at least get you to the resources that will help you to answer those questions. Until next time, I am so proud of you for taking the steps for your career and for your future. And I want to thank you for watching and have a great day.